Hello, and welcome to part 3 of this Python course. Today we'll be going over data types, different data types. Data is basically information. Information can be held in many ways. We'll talk about some later, but one way that we can hold information is variables. We already discussed variables in the first part of the course, so we'll just go over it a little bit. We already discussed strings, so let's say A is equal to hello world. Right. Print A. We already know this will just print hello world. But let's say we wanted to figure out the data type that this is. Let's say we didn't know what a string was. In Python there's something called the type function. We can put it in the print function. We can just print the type. So the type function of A, we want to see what kind of data type A is. Now if we print this, we know it'll be a string already, but yeah, so it's a string. There's also another data type. Let's just say Z is equal to 5. Now 5 in this case would be an integer, but let's just see if we print type Z, we should get integer. An integer is basically just a number that is not a decimal point. Sorry, my throat. There's also what else is there? Alright, we have booleans. Now booleans basically are used to tell us whether something is true or false. These are typically used for if-else statements, which we'll get to later on. But I'll just give an example. Let's say we have an animal variable. And let's say this animal is an actual animal, so that would be true. We'd set that to true, right? And we want to print the type of data type that this is. We want to find out what type of data this animal variable is holding. And we'll see that it's just going to be a boolean. Again, these booleans are very important, and we'll get to these more later on. But for now, let's keep things simple. For now, all you need to know is a boolean is used to tell whether something is true or false. Alright, there's another type of data that I want to show you guys. It's called a float. A float is basically a decimal point or stuff like that. So let's say we have a number, I don't know, let's say Q is equal to 5 point, I don't know, 999999999. Print type Q. Let's see what happens. Print float. Yay, okay. So these are the four data types, the four basic data types that we're going to go through now. Pretty basic. But let's say you want to convert one to another. Let's say we have a string and we want to convert it to an integer or something. So let's say we have W is equal to okay, we'll say 5. We'll say 7, whatever, doesn't matter. And if we print W, it'll just be an integer. I mean a string. But if we want to convert that, we can do this. We would just print string W. This converts our string. No, 1 second. Shoot. Int. We want to convert it to int, not a string. This is already a string. Calm myself. So we want to convert this string into an integer. All we need to do is just put the int sign right here and put W into parentheses. This should work. Okay, perfect. And if we want to double check that, we could just let's see. Actually, I don't even know if you can do this, but let's see if this would work. Let's see if this works. Yep, it's an integer. See, we printed the, that's how you can tell it works. We print the type, we use the type function to tell us the data that this updated W is. So it went from a string to an integer, just because we used this over here. And let's say we wanted to convert an integer to a float, right? And we already have a Q. Say D. D is equal to, let's say, 70. And we want to convert that to a float. We can do print float. D. And this will convert our integer into a float. You can tell just because our float D is now 70.0 instead of just 70. So that's a basic tutorial on data types and how to convert one type of data to another. Yeah, that'll be all.